Hello Internet, and welcome to another episode of Bazzle Spot. That's right, I'm back, and we're here with this really strange, really funky team that we used in the last video. So there's two trees, there's a swimmy fishy thing, a big dog, a fairy thing, and a little tiny dog that can put things to sleep. And this is that team. So you know what? I've seen various people play around with this team. I've not used it myself, and I've never actually played against it either. So this is going to be interesting. This might be a game that Trevenant wants to come to as well, actually. So what do they normally do? I think they normally lead with like Pelipper, don't they, to get the Tailwind. But Pikachu Coco could work as well, I suppose. So I do want to go with Smeargle here. But who else? Smeargle and... I mean, that Mimikyu is a little bit of a potential problem for us as well, so I do want to be wary of that. But I'm going to go with Trevenant, actually. I do want Tapu Lele just to mess around with terrain so I can spore things. And he's only got one Lightning Rod. So maybe Xurkitree. But also I'm thinking maybe Arcanine as well. I mean, actually, maybe Milotic too, but... I'll go with Xurkitree here. Yeah, let's go with Xurkitree. Just means I have to play around the Raichu, the Pikachu a little bit more carefully. Have to take care. Thinking of the Pikachus, I think. So, what could he lead with Pelipper? Mimikyu, I guess. Mimikyu Pelipper would be the worst case scenario for me, if it is a fast Mimikyu with Taunt and whatnot. Tapu Katana is... Well, it is what it is, isn't it? It is a definitely an is. And we didn't bring the Arcanine either, so this Tapu, You know what? I've got Frisk on this Trevenant. It would make really good sense to actually pay attention to to what the items were. I think I saw the Gracium Z there, but I didn't see what the Tapu Koko had. And it's not going to tell me anymore, is it? So I've missed my opportunity. Damn it. Okay, so I've learnt now. There's no log like on Showdown. You do need to pay attention when you send something out with Frisk. Alright then, so what are we going to do? I think I'm going to fake out the Katana and go for AZ Forest Curse into the Smeargle. So Katana does protect, so maybe, well, okay, maybe he's expecting the fake out there. I guess it had to be, really. And Discharge, okay, well that's why he's protected then. So, this shouldn't do too much to Trevenant. Hopefully no paralysis either. Okay, so it was Life Orb. So now we know, at least. And here we go, here's the Forest Curse again. Good old Trevenant. So this is definitely a different way of using Trevenant. There we go, here's Smeargle being engulfed by trees and other foliage. My opponent's probably thinking, what the hell was that? Because as you can see, if you didn't see in the last video, we have got +1 to all of our stats now. So Trevenant is sitting quite nicely. Katana, because it is the Grass Z move thing, probably doesn't have Night Slash. So that would be one way that he could hit the Trevenant quite hard. This Trevenant is set up quite nicely now then. But what is this Tapu Koko going to do from here? Because I could go for a Wide Guard. In fact, I think I am going to go for a Wide Guard, because it might go for a Dazzling Gleam. And Xurkitree, Tapu Lele in the back. I think I'm going to Horn Leech the Tapu Koko. Just to get a bit more health back. Smeargle. I could have gone for a Follow Me here too. Yeah, but he does go for a Dazzling Gleam. Okay. So we'll have to see what this thing's going to go for then. Smart Strike. Okay, so I'm actually not losing my Trevenant this turn. Not losing my Smeargle this turn, rather. That did quite a bit of damage, but we are going to be healing a decent amount back here too. So yeah, unfortunately not the one-hit KO, but we're getting a nice chunk of HP back, which is lovely. So he's probably a bit more wary now. He's probably not going to go for a Dazzling Gleam or a Discharge, although he could go for like a Protect and Discharge this turn. But if he's got those two moves, has he got Thunderbolt as well? He might. He might have Thunderbolt. Because I don't know, this Katana is looking like it's going to be an issue for us. So I really do need to be careful. I you know, could have done with the Arcanine here really. So I'm going to go for a Follow Me, and I'm going to go for a Shadow Claw into the Katana here, just to get some damage off. It will put it into with electric terrain. We'll probably put it into Thunderbolt range. So it is Thunder actually. Wow. So good job we went for the Follow Me there, but unfortunate that he hit that because he's not in the rain. That's a little bit cheeky, isn't it? But yeah, he does take himself out to Life of Proof, and we're going to be getting maybe 40%. Maybe this will do 40% to the Trevenant. And actually, he goes for okay. So he didn't see that Follow Me coming. Yeah, about 50%. That's all right, isn't it? So yeah, so he didn't see that Follow Me coming. So he was actually going to go for the Thunder into the Trevenant and the Sacred Sword to knock out the Smeargle. So Trevenant sitting quite nicely. And I think I'll put the Xurkitree in now. Okay, so this Pelipper, we don't know if he has the Pikachu or not. We have not seen it yet. But both of these Pokemon, I mean, this might be a roll on the Katana. I did expect it to do about 40%. It looks like it's done about exactly half to the Katana. He could Tailwind, but what would he get from that? Because both of my Pokemon are... I suppose it would make the Pelipper faster, wouldn't it? So, there is that. Okay, yeah. So, I think what I'll do, actually, is... I'm going to Thunderbolt into the Katana, and I'm going to Horn Leech... Or am I? No, I'm going to... Oh, what am I going to do? Alright, I think I'm going to Dazzling Gleam, and... Horn Leech into the Pelipper, because this denies his Tailwind, basically. So this is the Bloom Doom. Oh, actually, yeah, I completely forgot about the Bloom Doom. Whoops. So yeah, this doesn't... So he's probably going to get his Tailwind now, or even maybe a Hurricane, if he wants to do that. But yeah, yeah, okay, so I need to get a bit more used to playing with Trevenant on... Battle Spot 2, because I did see that they had the Z thing there, and just completely forgot about that. And now his attacks rose, and we're looking very, very sorry for ourselves now. So it's a nice chunk to the Pelipper, but I am expecting a Tailwind here. Oh no, just a Hurricane, which will probably do over half, I would imagine. Yeah. Doesn't confuse us though, but... It does mean that, yeah, we're in the position where we need to, I guess which target this Katana's going to hit. Oh, that is annoying. That is. Why did I not just think about the Bloom Doom? Because I was under the impression there that the Katana could not knock out my Xurkitree in one hit, which it normally can't without a critical hit. But the Bloom Doom was very obvious there. So I could and should have protected and either done the same to Pelipper or tried to knock it out with a Night Slash. The problem is, which one's he going to hit? You know what? I think he's going to hit the Trevenant. So I'm going to Psychic into the Katana and protect here, and we'll see. Just because Tapu Lele is too much of an obvious normal target. Okay. So he could still be getting a Tailwind here. And if it is Wailord in the back, yeah, then that's not good. Which I am expecting it is. Oh, it's actually Pikachu. Pika, indeed. Well, Pikachu still hits very, very, very hard. And, okay, that's interesting there. I thought if he did have his Pikachu, he probably would have brought it on the turn where I had the Xurkitree out. And no, because Bloom Doom just knocks out the Xurkitree. Yeah, that train of thought that I was going on there was completely off. So, yeah. So he can't fake out, and he wouldn't want to fake out in this position either. He's probably just going to go for like a Thunder, which will probably knock out my Tapu Lele, to be honest. And Hurricane into the Trevenant. So I do think I've lost this game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to knock me out. Oh, I was mistaken. But okay, so we're going to be knocking a Pikachu out here, but we are basically going to have to try and get a double protect because Tapu Lele cannot survive a Hurricane from where it is. Unfortunately, we have got one of these 50% berries on Tapu Lele. Unfortunately, we're just out of range of activating it. So, okay, yeah, Tailwind, yeah. So it can protect here, but it's basically going to be. We've basically got a 30% chance of winning this game. Yeah, Hurricane is not going to fail him here, so we need to get this double protect. You know what? I've never got a double protect that I can remember while recording one of these things, and we still don't. So there we go. So so Hurricane, yeah, I'm fairly sure will knock us out. So that's annoying. That's unfortunate, but ooh, yeah, did not think about the Bloom Doom on the Kartana because it was terribly obvious, you know, looking back on it. So, you know, my mistake, but you know what, we lost the first game in the last video, and we're going to win these next two because, you know, we might as well do 2 more games just to compensate for that loss and to compensate for the time that I've not been uploading. So I hope you're enjoying the content being back on my channel. Here I am again, woo, playing on the Pokemon game known as Moon for your entertainment, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, that was, I don't know, I feel like that game was one that I would look back on and think, yeah, I should have done that differently, should have done that differently. I mean, yeah, I could have had, and this is a really interesting team actually as well, just to, you know, interject myself here, but, well, yeah, that's really frustrating me actually, that last game. I mean, obviously there was the Bloom Doom, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It really does not matter. So this is an interesting team because it's very, very colourful, but it's got 2 weathers as well, and it all looks a bit disjointed, to be honest. So not really sure what to expect. I think my Arcanine here does look very nice though. So Arcanine Xurkitree or Arcanine Smeargle? What do we think? I think I think we'll go Smeargle Arcanine, but we do want Xurkitree, and I do believe we want Tapu Lele as well. So, yeah, Trevenant almost did lots of work in that last game. What knocked Trevenant out in the end? Oh, it was the Hurricane, wasn't it, from Pelipper? I think. Yeah. Oh well. Let's focus on this game then. And let's win some games. Okay, so, yeah, I've used Lilligant and Torkoal more than most others this season. So, from using these two, I do happen to note that Assault Vest Arcanine is one of the biggest blocks to it. The problem is, I didn't use Sleep Powder on my Lilligant, or not much anyway. And because this guy's got a Tapu Bulu on his team, that tells me that this Lilligant definitely does have Sleep Powder. So if he goes for a Sleep Powder into my Arcanine straight away, that could be a problem. So I could go for a Fake Out and a Heat Wave, and that probably would knock out the Lilligant. But I do kind of want to Snarl here as well. Torkoal is not really doing too much. I mean, it'll bring my Smeargle down to a Sash, obviously, but I think I am going to go for a Fake Out, and I'm going to go for a Snarl. Might regret this. Ooh, actually, is withdrawing the Lilligant. So it's Politoed coming in. Well, this is interesting then. So I'm glad I went for the Snarl, but what is this Torkoal going to do now? I mean, it can still, you know, break the Smeargle Sash, obviously. It's not protecting either. So, should have gone for the Spore into the Torkoal, which was what I was thinking about doing. My Torkoal can't learn, like, Weather Ball or anything, can it? Sludge Bomb? Okay. Well, that's something that you don't see every day. Smeargle is faster than both these Pokemon as well, unless it is a Choice Scarf Politoed. So, I'm just going to go for a Spore into the Politoed. And Snarl again, I suppose. I mean, we're pretty safe. Or, you know what? I could use this turn to bring one of these in and start setting something up. Yeah, I'm going to bring the Xurkitree in and maybe start setting it up. I mean, I'm assuming here that this Politoed isn't Scarfed, which it may well be. Torkoal's withdrawing into Lilligant, maybe? Oh no, typically the other grass type that can't be put to sleep. And Politoed is actually Scarfed. So Xurkitree is going to take a decent amount from this. Doesn't burn me, which is quite nice, but this is a weird game. But that Tapu Bulu is actually going to be a little bit of a pain, I think. Okay, so we know that a Scald won't knock Xurkitree out, so we can take a Scald. So now I think I am going to go for Follow Me and a Tail Glow. The problem is I always have to worry about the Lilligant and Torkoal in the back just sweeping through at the end if I get myself into an unfavourable position, or an unfavourable position rather. So I am expecting Smeargle to go down this turn. The sun does come back up, okay. Okay. So I think I do want to put my Arcanine back in here. Arcanine hasn't taken any damage yet, I don't think. So with its Assault Vest as well, does do very well against Lilligant and Torkoal. They just can't touch it really. Xurkitree is healing back, you know, bit by bit, thanks to his own terrain too. As is his Torkoal. But if I put Arcanine in, he's probably going to bring in his Politoed, you would expect, wouldn't you? But, you know, Politoed is a little bit threatened, seeing as I've got a +3 Xurkitree here, and it is asleep too. And I don't think it's used any sleep turns either. So What do we think? I mean, I still think I can see his Politoed coming in. But I'm going to go for a Heat Wave and a Dazzling Gleam, I think. Because even in the rain, a +3 Dazzling Gleam and Sun Boost, well, and super effective, you know, rain reduced Heat Wave, I think should knock it out. Torkoal, yeah, okay. I just kind of forgot about the Torkoal there, didn't I, really? I mean, I was thinking about going for a Thunderbolt into it, just to cover the Politoed switch, but yeah, an Eruption, I don't think I'll knock out my Circuitry here. No, so 16 lovely HP survival there. But we do have to give some respect to the Torkoal here, because that is a threat. It's definitely a threat. And maybe this is the turn that he brings his Politoed in. Maybe he brings it in for the Tapu Bulu. This is really tough, actually. I mean, if he's got Heat Wave, I'm just going to do the same thing again. Just because if he goes for an Eruption, then it shouldn't knock my Circuitry out. The Torkoal, yeah, might be a little bit scared this turn. This is the turn that he does withdraw the Torkoal. I mean, it's going to be close. I do think the Tapu Bulu might survive this, actually. But it should mean it's probably going to knock out... I mean, he is intimidated as well, let's remember. Yeah, this is not going to knock out the Tapu Bulu. Nowhere near. But he's intimidated. And if he hasn't got a Wood Hammer... Oh, yeah, so it is just Horn Leech. I think I might survive. Oh, okay, I don't. Whoops. But again, Arcanine is still alive, it has still got full health, and Politoed has been weakened quite dramatically now. And I do know his last two Pokemon are not Pokemon that can hit the Arcanine, so as long as I take care of this Politoed, which has just taken a massive amount of damage, I think my Arcanine should be okay to win through with this game. Politoed, again, I don't think Politoed's taken any sleep turns. So, I can maybe take some liberties with it. Maybe. Maybe. Tapu Bulu might withdraw here, just to get his grassy terrain. Because I do want to Calm Mind here. I am really, really tempted to Calm Mind here. But can I just risk the Tapu Bulu staying in and hitting the Tapu Lily? I'm going to go for a Snarl. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind. That Tapu Bulu is not going to attack this turn. It's not going to attack this turn. Good. So we got this one. And if the Politoed does wake up next turn, that would be quite bad, actually, because that is really, like I was saying, the only thing that can touch the Arcanine. But it is going to be at -1 now. So, you know, like I was saying, I'm taking some liberties here. Maybe I should have knocked out the Politoed. Okay. So now what do we do? Now, because we can't Extreme Speed either, which would have been nice. But now I think we go for a Heat Wave, and we do go for a Psychic into the Politoed. We hope the Politoed stays asleep, which, you know, is bound to wake up, you know, because they always do, don't they? But yeah, this shouldn't, yeah, it's not a massive amount, that. And Tapu Lily is faster, so it's going to be a single target Heat Wave. We are in the rain, so I'm not sure if this is going to knock out the Tapu Bulu or not. I'm kind of inclined to think that it's not going to, but we'll see. Oh, it does, which is nice. And we have got a Calm Mind boost, just because I'm thinking that maybe it's Bloom Doom on that Lilligant. And we have still got about 60% with the Arcanine. So again, the first turn wake. I do believe that was a first turn wake. But, Tuckle has been injured. It has been damaged somewhat too. But I guess I'm going to go for... well, I'm torn between Heat Wave and Snarl. Because, you know, Heat Wave... Well, like, Snarl can miss as well. Like, if I just Psychic into the Torkoal, then... Like, it's not going to knock me out with Eruption or anything like that. So if I just Psychic into the Torkoal, then that's alright. So I am just going to go for a Heat Wave and a Psychic into the Torkoal. Could be Focus Sash on the Lilligant, I suppose. Yeah, so it is Bloom Doom, but... Tapu Lele should survive this. This is one of the reasons why I did want to get this Calm Mind. So it might have seemed a little bit, what's the word, greedy, perhaps, going for that Calm Mind, but I did see this potentially coming, and I think we should survive this Bloom Doom, thanks to the Calm Mind boost. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, easily, actually. And it looks like the game should be over now. Yeah, that does knock out the Torkoal. Very strange Torkoal with Sludge Bomb. And Heat Wave, disconnect, and single target now. Should knock out the Ligand. So this has been very, very bizarre. And it's taken ages, actually, just to do these 2 games. So I am going to do one more game, just because I said that we would do. But it looks like this is going to be a slightly longer video. So I hope you don't mind. I just feel like these first 2 games have been really, really sort of scrappy and a bit strange and a bit weird. So I'm hoping for a third game where things are a bit more sort of composed and a bit more under control, I suppose, because I haven't really felt comfortable in either of these games that we've been playing. So let's look for the game and see who we find, as we're at 1,750, which is not that high, to be honest, but it's better than nothing. Okay, here we go, straight away, with an interesting name there. And this is Shoma's team, isn't it? The one that won the thing. So I'm going to go with Smeargle and Circuitry with this. I've played this team a few times on Showdown. Going to go with Smeargle, Circuitry. Who do we want in the back, actually? Arcanine and Tapu Lele, I think. Yeah. Let's see what he makes to this team then. So no Trevenant again. Trevenant really is the Pokemon that I use least. I'm actually a little bit surprised that I've used it, twice already. Once in the previous video and once today as well. Wasn't quite so successful today, unfortunately, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. So hopefully we can finish on a really nice, convincing win here. Because that'd be lovely. That'd be nice. That would be very flattering for my team, wouldn't it? So, was this guy from Chile? I think he was. So, Mr. South American guy. Maybe he's planning on going to Brazil. Who knows? So, Pheromosa, Tapu Lele. So, yeah, I think they do tend to not go with the Drifblim. Just because I've got Circuitry. Tapu Lele, if it is the same as Shoma's team, will be slower than Smeargle too. So I'm going to go for a Spore into the Tapu Lele and I think just protect the Circuitry here. Or should I? I mean, it is safe to do that. But he could easily be targeting the Smeargle too, with like a U-turn. I'm pretty sure it's a physical Pheromosa, isn't it? Oh, just if I knew the high jump kick calculation. You know what? I'm going to go for a Tail Glow. I'm not going to protect. I think he's got to target the Smeargle here. Oh no, he targets the Circuitry. But is this Garchomp coming in then? No, it's Driftblim coming in. Okay. So is Smeargle faster than his Tapu Lele? I think it should be if it is actually Shoma's team. So we do Tail Glow there. So if we protected, then he wouldn't have done the damage, for one. But yeah, we've got this nice Tail Glow now, and Drifblim can't really do too much to either of these Pokemon, to be honest. So I am just going to go for a Spore into the Drifblim and a Thunderbolt into the Tapu Lele. Drifblim will be faster than both of these Pokemon, and it does go for a Tailwind, so okay, now your team is super fast. But he's going to be losing his Tapu Lele here, and his Drifblim is going to have a guaranteed turn of sleep the next turn. So, and my Xurkitree is now at +4, so I've got a lovely boosted Xurkitree here. The problem is, I mean, this game is potentially going to come down to, because I'm expecting his Garchomp to come in now. It's going to come down to, does he Earthquake or does he Tectonic Rage? Because, do I Wide Guard or do I Follow Me? Okay, so he just brings in this Pheromosa. So we're not at that point yet. Pheromosa, does Pheromosa have a Focus Sash? A Focus Sash. I think it does, doesn't it? Does it have Protect? Does it have Protect? That was the question that was in my head, but the wrong question came out of my mouth. So, does it have Protect? I'm not sure. Because I think looking at this team, I thought, that's a weird Pheromosa. It doesn't have Protect. I'm not really sure, because I'm going to go for a Spore into the Pheromosa, and I'm going to go for a Protect with Xurkitree here. Just because even if he does, target the Smeargle. So yeah, there's no Protect here. Even if he does target the Smeargle, he can't knock me out. If he high jump kicks into the Xurkitree, then fantastic as well. No, he just goes for a U-turn into the Xurkitree again. So another guaranteed sleep turn onto that Pheromosa. So that's fantastic. The Drifblim it's got a 1 in 3 chance of waking up this next turn. But 1, will it? And 2, if it does, what can it do? Because if it Shadow Balls into my Xurkitree, that will just activate my Citrus Berry. The only thing it can touch Smeargle with is the Will-O-Wisp. So we're not really that threatened, to be honest. So I will go for a Follow Me now. And do I Thunderbolt or do I Dazzling Gleam? I think I Dazzling Gleam. Just because I want to break the Pheromosa Sash. And the Drifblim is actually quite useless at the moment, so I don't want to give him a free switch into something like his Garchomp. So Drifblim does stay asleep. Also, by going for a Follow Me, it shows him another move that I've got, which will, in his head, potentially make him think, oh, okay, so the Drifblim goes down anyway. Ooh. Make him think that maybe he doesn't have Wide Guard. That's actually quite unfortunate. I did not want the Drifblim to go down there. So, okay. I mean, I am expecting this to be Garchomp. It's Magnezone. Okay. Well, there we go then. I'm pretty sure the game is sealed up now. Because I've got Arcanine in the back, haven't I? Yeah, Arcanine and Tapu Lele. So, as long as I can get Arcanine in out of terrain. Back in Extreme Speed, but I mean, I don't really have to anyway, do it, because I can just here go for a Follow Me again, and then another Dazzling Gleam. So, the game is won now, and we will see how much this plus, what, 5 now, Xurkitree, I think, does to Magnezone. So, okay, game 1 again, we lost. Could have played it differently. Again, I'm a little bit inexperienced, I suppose, with this team. It's only been around for about a week, this team. So, teething problems and whatnot. It doesn't, it's to be expected. Game 2 didn't really feel too comfortable, but we did manage to win it. And this game 3 has actually gone really, really quickly. So, not too long after all, actually, this video. So, hooray, Xurkitree, doing something. So, I will put Arcanine in here, and that will probably make my opponent forfeit. Yeah, I mean, even if Heatwave misses, Thunderbolt will do a lot of damage to this Magnezone. It'll knock it out, without a doubt. Yeah, so I'll just show you actually. Or do we want Arcanine to get a knockout? does it really matter? It doesn't at all, does it? I go for a Snarl and go for a Thunderbolt. Just because Circuitry, you're the focus of this team. We can get you boosting up a little bit more just for the sake of it. Just for the after party. Beast boost for the after party, why not? So, you're probably going to forfeit anyway here. So, there we go. One interesting video. He doesn't forfeit, he just lets his Magnezone go down to its own medicine to some Thunderbolts. So there we go. So yeah, I'm hoping that we're enjoying me playing around with this team, because it is a little bit different, it is a bit strange. We did get to see Forest's Curse again, which is quite cool. But, you know, stay tuned. Some more videos coming with this team. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. I'm hoping I'm going to get to show some more things off with this team too, because I'm pretty sure there's probably a few things that maybe a few things that haven't been revealed yet. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, goodbye for now, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. Please subscribe and do all that too.